Good morning and welcome to the 445 Productive Through Joy show with your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher. The show airs each weekday morning, hella early AF at 4:45 a.m. here on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel, then 4:45 p.m. On Facebook Live. We're on the East Coast. We're in Vermont at the Brattleboro Lit Festival. So we're on East Coast time, which is now 7:45, but it's 4:45 back home in LA, so it's 4:45 for you. Thanks for being here. I guess today we're talking um, about self-discipline. Well, self-mastery, which is for many people uh, that the critical battle. Certainly for me, it's a daily. It's a good battle, but definitely a daily battle. So we have a really interesting day planned today. So thanks for being here. If you're new, you can go to productivethroughjoy.com to see about us. We speak to groups, schools, and organizations about being more productive through joy, using joy itself as a technology to move us towards our greatest yet to be, our highest level of excellence. So thanks for being here. If you are new, again, you can again go to the go to what is our website? Productivethroughjoy.com. Again, we have a series of great programs, workshops, uh, so many great things to offer. You can also simply become a subscriber here on Michael Datcher's YouTube channel, or go to michaeldatcher.com, hit that link to the company. You can find us. We're out there. Have me come out and speak to your group, school, organization. All right, so let's talk. Again, if you're new, I should probably, as a way of introduction, say a few words about myself. This is your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher, author of the New York Times bestseller Raising Fences, author of the acclaimed historical novel Americas, author of the spanking brand new animating Black and Brown Liberation, a theory of American literatures, board president of the great 501c3 nonprofit in LA's Crenshaw District called The World Stage. Educational background, UC Berkeley, who lost again, Jesus, as an undergraduate, master's from UCLA, PhD in English literature from the University of California at Riverside. I guess I'm an expert at being productive. I don't say that to brag or boast. I always give this brief bio because people are always surprised to hear my background. I am the product of a young girl who was a victim of sexual violence and then gave birth to me when she was at 16 and gave birth to me at 17. Through that act of violence, I was given away for adoption at a month old. So at the time, to a great single divorcee, but at the time, no biological father, no adopted father. Listen, difficult times for the young MD. Yet, as Kool Modi famously said, "How you like me now?" And if I can be this productive and do so through joy, we know other people can do it, and that's why we do this show. That's why we have this business. We know it's not where you're from; it's where you're about to go. And so that's what this is. Our business is all about. How can we make this world a more productive place for our children and for ourselves while we're still here, for our grandkids? Let's do it together. That's the whole point. So thanks for being here, guys. Let's talk. So they were talking about self-discipline, which is, wow, that's the critical piece. I was sharing before. So people who know me now, like I have this morning show. I'm clearly a disciplined person now, but I was not always this way. They're always like, again, surprised to hear what a struggle, how I used to be when I was younger. Classic, almost like a stereotypical artist, not on top of my game. It's not well-meaning, but not able to, inconsistent, not able to finish projects, all over the place, flitting here and there. I mean, getting some things done, but I did not like that about myself. I didn't like that. I wasn't like, I wasn't a person of my word. I wasn't a bad guy, but I just wasn't good at following through, coming through, which I did not like about myself. And I determined I was gonna make that part of me a strength because it was at the time a major weakness in my game. So I just began to really work on that through all kinds of things. And so I'll share one brief narrative to make this point. So I began to get up in the morning really early. I think it was like 4 a.m. to get up and work on my writing. So it took me a whole year to be able to train my body to get up and be able to actually produce work because I just fall asleep. I be up in the morning, but I just keep nodding out. It took a whole year to train myself to be able to be up that early in the morning and to write and to meditate and do what I do now. But the point is that for many of us, it doesn't matter where you are right now. Through diligence and effort, you actually can change. And as we said on an earlier show, change is among the most difficult things to manifest in our lives But when you begin to change yourself, it's one of the most encouraging and self-inspirational things you can ever do because you know where you've been. When you can make that jump to someplace else, it's pretty exciting. And so, point one is that you can do it. Listen, if I can do it, if you knew me back when I was in my early 20s or late teens, you'd be like, wow, that's the same cat. If I can do it, anyone can do it. That's point one. If Datcher can do it, it can be done. Point two is that you have to love it, you know? And so, what motivated me to really want to change was I wanted to be a great writer. I wanted to be heavily involved in my community. I wanted to make a difference. And actually, I really loved that. I really wanted those things in a very sincere, intense way because they're really important to me. Justice and family and art, those things are actually super important to me. Important enough that I knew if I could link my desire to those things, my why, WHY, so to speak, like why am I getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning? Well, if I could link my why to that activity of getting up so early, I could do what I thought. And so I would think all the time, I would think all the time about what I loved. All right. So I began to do it because I wanted to write these books and help my community, help my family. And that drove me to get up. So at home, I'm in Vermont now, but at home in LA, I live in Venice Beach, California. In our bathroom, above my bathroom mirror, I framed this sign, which now it says dreams begin at 3:45. I get up at 3:45 now, which is ridiculous. I don't advise that. That's just in my life. What I need to do to get up and get done my rituals and my meditating and yoga and whatnot. You can choose your own time to get up. The point though is that each morning I wake up, I read that sign. I get up, go to the bathroom, I read the sign over my bathroom mirror. Dreams begin at 3:45. When I don't get up on time, and at times I don't get up on time, I'm just tired or I just can't do it that day or don't want to do it. But almost always I get up at 3:45 on the weekdays and then 4:45 on the weekends. But I read that, and so I know that I'm doing this work. I'm up early. I'm working and writing because I'm looking to manifest these dreams, right? And so, as a brief sidebar, let me encourage you to do a similar ritual. You can choose your own nomenclature, but have a picture of your kids, whatever inspires you. Link that thing in a physical way, or those people in a physical way, to the change that you want to create, and do it for them. At times, we won't get up for ourselves, but for our kids, we'll get the hell up. Or for our kids, we'll do the impossible. So maybe that will be your why. So my practical thing has been I keep this sign, the self-made big sign above my mirror. So I wake up, I know why I'm up so damn early in the morning. And that keeps me from getting back in bed most days, almost always. All right, so that's point two. You want to find a pragmatic way to link your dream, your desired object, to your why, to what's really important, so you can always be in the spirit of why am I doing this crazy ass thing, which goes right into point three. So as you begin to do this thing and you begin to have success, the people who know you closest, are going to be inspired. Now the haters are gonna still hate. Folks who don't know you, we all know what that's like. But the folks who actually know your life, who've seen you grow and change, they're going to be inspired to work on themselves. Some are going to hate, and some are going to try to talk you down and say, "Why are you doing this crazy stuff?" That's just being human. But the folks who love you, typically, there's a train coming by. I'm in beautiful Brattleboro, Vermont. It is so incredible out here. It's beautiful. It's next to this mountain. It's in this valley. It's ridiculous out here, guys. And this is old. It's like a super old city, founded in like 1760. It's ridiculous out here. And there's this old train track, and this train is going by, as you can hear in the background. But I digress. I'm here for a writers festival, the Brattleboro Literary Festival. I've been here since this whole weekend, and heading back to LA today. But I digress. You are going to inspire the people around you, and that's important, and not just to boost your ego, but because you are creating an environment where the people around you are inspired, and then that eventually circles back to you. So then they inspire you, and then you have a cohort of people who are inspiring each other. That's amazing. You begin to be a part of an inspirational community. And when you do things in community, although there's a lot of drama in communities, as we know, but for the most part, people are pretty healthy, and you can help them become healthy by your own personal healthy example. It's amazing, and that gives you more joy, and it makes you more productive. This is not rocket science, guys, but it is. It does involve work and self-discipline. So boom goes the dynamite. That's all we have for today's show, guys. We'll see you. What's today? We'll see you this afternoon at 4:45 p.m. on Facebook Live. I think I'll be in Vermont still. I don't. My plane doesn't leave until I think a little later, but I'll be. I think on West Coast time it'll be 4:45. We'll see. I'll work it out. Thanks, guys, for being here. We'll see you soon. Until then, let's talk about it and be about it. Deuces.